Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm cracking a pack. Today I have an Ikoria Lair of Behemoths booster pack. Ikoria was released a little over a year ago. The set will rotate out as standard this fall with Throne of Eldraine, Theros Beyond Death, and Core Set 2021, when Innistrad Midnight Hunt is released. In cracking this pack, I'd like to pull a Shark Typhoon or a Lurrus of the Dream Den. Heck, I'd even take one of the 5 Triome lands. If I'm lucky enough to score a Mythic, I wouldn't mind pulling Luminous Broodmoth or Fiend Artisan. As I flip through the cards, I'm going to rate each card based upon the premise that it will either make it into one of my casual standard decks, or it will be going straight into my enormous trade box. Let's get to cracking this pack. Divine Arrow, 2 mana, 1 and a white, instant. Divine Arrow deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Decent common and white to take care of a threat. It's going to be trade box. Wingfold Terron, 6 mana, 5 and a blue, dinosaur at 3/6. Wingfold Terron enters the battlefield with your choice of a flying counter or a hexproof counter on it. This was a cool card, limited, but it's going to be trade box. Whisper Squad, single black mana, human soldier at 1/1. You can pay 2 mana, 1 and a black, search your library for a card named Whisper Squad, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. This was a limited all-star trade box. Fully Grown, 3 mana, 2 and a green, instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Put a trample counter on it. Cool take on giant growth with long-lasting trample. Trade box. Flycatcher Draphid, 5 mana, 4 and a green, Antelope Lizard at 3/5. Flycatcher Draphid enters the battlefield with your choice of a Vigilance counter or a Reach counter on it. Most often, I played this with a Reach counter. Trade box. Passivism, 2 mana, 1 and a white, enchantment or enchant creature. Enchanted creature can attack or block. Pacifism finds its way into many of my casual decks. Blister Spit Gremlin, single red mana, Gremlin at 1/1. You can pay 1 generic, tap it. Blister Spit Gremlin deals 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, untap Blister Spit Gremlin. Fun Gremlin, but trade box. Essence Scatter, 2 mana, 1 and a blue, instant, counter target creature spell. Essence Scatter is in quite a few of my casual decks. Night Squad Commando, 3 mana, 2 and a black, human soldier at 2/3. When Night Squad Commando enters the battlefield, if you attack this turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Nifty raid-like ability, but trade box. The first uncommon is Alert Heat Bonder, 3 mana, 1 generic, Hybrid Silencia. Hybrid Silencia, human scout at 2/4, it has vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, you gain 1 life for each creature you control with vigilance. Nifty trick with a bunch of vigilant creatures, but trade box. Fight as 1, single white mana, instant, choose 1 or both. Target human creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Target non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Great combat trick at a pretty cheap price. I could find a place for this in one of my casual standard decks. Katria Crystal, 3 generic mana, artifact. You can tap it to add teamer colors, either green, blue, or red. Has cycling of 2 generic. I like the crystals quite a bit. I just haven't been able to find a place yet to put them in any of my casual standard decks. Okay, will we get a great rare or mythic rare? Mythos of Brokos, 4 mana, 2 generic, 2 green, sorcery. If blue and black was spent to cast a spell, search your library for a card, put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Return up to 2 permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. In a Sultai deck where you're utilizing your graveyard quite often, I could see where this card would make waves. I don't have any plans for it to be in a standard deck, but I could see putting it into one of my Pioneer or Modern decks. Have a foil, Garrison Cat, single white mana, cat at 1/1. When Garrison Cat dies, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Garrison Cat was a pretty fun card in limited, but I don't have it in any of my standard decks. Blossoming Sands, it's a land, enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you also gain a life. You can tap it to add green or white mana. I really like the gain lands. They're cheap. They don't cost as much money as a lot of the dual lands. And then one of the pop-out counters card. My favorite card out of the pack is probably going to end up being a common. I like playing blue quite a bit, especially in controlling decks. Essence Scatter, it's one of my go-to cards in standard decks. I even have it in some of my modern and pioneer decks, and I definitely play it in limited where creatures win the game. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comment section what was your favorite card out of the pack. Until next time when I'm back to crack another Magic the Gathering booster pack.